Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to give you a quick look at all of the things that we've packed and have been using over the last 6 months inside of the truck camper. We'll also show you a little bit of like how we live our daily lives. We'll show you some insights into like how we do our laundry, take care of the dogs, cook, set up our beds, all that kind of things that you just wouldn't think of unless you're living this life. We'll also, if you stick around to the end, we'll show you some of the favorite things that we brought along on this trip, our quote-unquote luxury items. But before jumping into that, I just wanted to also show you kind of like what a setup at a campsite looks like. So we're currently staying at a KOA, and KOAs are known for having full hookups. So it's a private RV. I believe it stands for Campground of America. And yeah, this is kind of what things look like. So we got here yesterday. We're currently in Montreal. We have the bikes, of course, still loaded on the front of the truck. But yeah, one of the best things about being at a campground like this is you've got full hookups, meaning you have water, sewer, and electricity. Now, this particular campground has a bit of a unique setup where the utilities are on the right side. Normally this would actually be over here, but for whatever reason it's split off over there. And so we'll just talk about this first. So this is the sewer line. So inside the camper we have a toilet, we have a sink. The water and the waste has to go somewhere. It goes into our sewer tank, our sewer holding tank, and that's what this is right here. So in order to do a dump, you would connect this long tube, and now this is a really dirty sewer hose, and we can easily store it inside here when we're not using it. But basically you pull this little handle out and there's a release door, and then all of the waste goes down here, and then it'll empty out into the sewer. Now this is going to be, of course, very straightforward if you already have a trailer or a truck camper or a fifth wheel of some sort, but if you're new to any of this lifestyle, this all might be kind of interesting for you to see. This little slinky thing here, this basically helps you to be able to run the cord to go against gravity, or to have a nice flow from the sewer in the truck camper all the way to the actual sewer. So that's the first thing that I wanted to show. The second thing is water. So this is the city water inlet right here, and we have our hose that's specifically for drinking water, and that connects to the city water here. Now what we also use is a water pressure regulator here. I have this usually set to 40 psi, and then from that I have it connected to a water filter so that it kind of cleans out our water. Now we'll talk also about drinking water, because we don't drink the water that comes from this. This is filtered water to wash our hands and for taking our showers and whatnot, but we just want clean water. And then the last thing that you have here is, of course, electricity. So this is a 30 amp connection, and we have it connected to a surge protector. You see these 3 green dots, boom, 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 that's good. And that's connected to the 30 amp line that runs all the way over to the receiver right there. And then the last thing that I wanted to show you that we have set up is Starlink. So maybe it'll make sense to show you the satellite. So you have to set up Starlink and point it to the direction of where the satellites are, so the app will tell you kind of where the best spot is. So that's the way it should be faced now, and then it's running along the Ethernet line all the way along the ground underneath the truck, and then it's coming into the camper. And then I've built a little tray over here to hold the modem, the router, and then that's able to be powered right there. So this is kind of like what a typical setup for us looks like. We try not to leave too much stuff outside, and honestly we don't have a lot to begin with, so this is kind of like what a typical camp setup will look like. Now, like I said, we're living in luxury now, having full hookups, water, sewer, and electricity, but most of the times we will have maybe one of those things. If not, we'll have nothing. So the reality of this life is we have to get very creative. We've got limited space, and depending on where we're at, we might not have one of the utilities like the power or water. So we get creative with how we approach life, and honestly that's kind of made us all as human beings more adaptable to situations, and also just to be honest, it makes us it makes us appreciate what we have back home in our regular house. And yeah, what's the trade-off, of course, is that we get the amazing experiences and we get to go to different locations. Sorry for all the swatting, by the way. There's these really annoying gnats that are flying around me and hovering over my head. But yeah, so we've become very adaptable and very creative in how we approach life via the truck camper life. Now, I also wanted to say for the rest of this video, this is going to be a realistic look, meaning I didn't take the time to clean things up. Things are pretty messy inside, so please don't judge us. This is 6 months of being on the road, and things started off, everything was pristine, and you know, the first couple of weeks, maybe even months, we cleaned and kept things nice and orderly. But as we've gotten further into the trip, realized that there's no point in doing that. Living with 2 kids and 2 dogs in the truck camper is a chaotic life, and things get messy, things break, things get dirty. So that's the reality of it. All right, so the first thing I wanted to talk about, the biggest item that we brought, is our 4Runner. We brought our 4Runner along on this trip for a couple of reasons. So we originally were planning on having someone watch our dog, but honestly, to have somebody watch our dogs for as long as we were planning to be on this trip for, it was just very difficult. And so we knew we were going to bring them along with us, which meant we needed more space. And on top of that, we just needed to bring more stuff. Now, one of the pros of having a truck camper is it's small, it's nimble, it can get you to places that a bigger rig and a bigger setup couldn't get you. The downside is you don't have as much space. If this was a trip for just myself, or just me and Natalie, we probably would be able to get away with just being in the truck camper. But given our situation, we felt we needed to bring this car. So it just gives us more space, the ability to pack more stuff. But then second to that is we have a daily driver, a daily vehicle that we can use instead of having to take the truck off of the truck camper. So I wanted to show you all of the things that we pack inside the 4Runner and inside the roof rack that we have in the 4Runner, because these are pretty critical items. Now, as we're getting later into the season, we're not going to be using a lot of our camping gear as much, but we have to carry it with us still. So those are all sitting in the truck or inside the 4Runner. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to do a time lapse now, just showing me pulling everything out. I'm going to set it up on this table, and then I'll just give you a quick little talk through of all the things that are inside. Right, so the trunk is now emptied in the 4Runner, and this is everything that's been pulled out. So real quick, some spare dog food. We usually carry about 1.5 bags at a time, meaning when half of this runs out, then we'll buy a new bag, and just that way we don't find ourselves without food. This is our kid carrier, or backpack carrier. This is the Poco Plus by Osprey. When we do long hikes where we think Landon might need to hitch a ride, we bring that. That's been awesome. This milk crate, it carries all of our bike accessories like our helmets and our locks, straps and whatnot. And then the other cool thing is I can tie this down with some straps onto Adelie's bike, the Rad Runner Plus, and that'll sit there and she can ride there, and she can just put some stuff like kid stuff in our backpacks in there. We've got a spare, randomly we have a spare air filter for the 4Runner. These 2 bins have camping accessories, pots and pans, lamps, nothing too exciting, but just things that kind of would be very loose inside the truck that we decided to put inside these little tubs. Yeah, we just got more matches, frisbee, first aid kit, hiking poles, nothing too critical, just miscellaneous stuff. We've got the 2 kids' bikes, and honestly, the kids are both kind of outgrowing them on this trip, which is sad to see. Leah's got a bike with training wheels. Landon's got the balance bike by Woom. And then working our way over here, that's a basket for Leah's bike. She likes to put her stuffies in there when she rides. We've got a blowtorch, an axe for firewood and to make campfires. This is a blanket to spread out when we're picnicking or outside and want to be covered and protected. This is all of our bug stuff, mosquito repellents, bug sprays, citronella candles. And then this is our fishing tackle box. Kids chair. This is like a backpacking table that we brought along. This is another chair for Adeline and I to sit in when we have a campfire. These are the window protectors or window shades for the 4Runner. It actually goes around every single one, front windshield, back windshields, all the side ones. We have a tarp, and a tarp has been clutch for many different occasions to cover the bikes, to cover items from the rain. And then we have 2 batteries for the Rad e-bikes. So that's a look at everything that is inside the trunk, and then I'll just kind of show you the rest of the configuration of the 4Runner right now. So we've got the 2 kids car seats rather. We leave jackets sort of there. Right now we're in that weird time of the season where it's fall, so there's times where it's hot, but then there's times where it's cold and also rainy, so we kind of have like all season apparel right now. We leave the kids rain boots. This is lined inside, so he's got his shoes here, and we keep his rain boots there. This is a bag full of tools. I brought a bunch of tools with me on this trip to be able to make repairs. And then pretty much the same thing on Leah's side. She's got her shoes, her hiking shoes, and then her rain boots there, and this is her side, and she's got some books for herself. And you know, honestly, like this is the very real video. Sometimes we need to use screen time with the kid, and so this is a little iPad holder here that connects to the back of the driver's seat, and then we can put the iPad on if we need to distract the kids with the video. We don't do it that much, but honestly, sometimes we have to. And then we carry walkie-talkies with us when we're driving in an area where there's no cell phone reception. We'll just walkie-talkie each other. That's been a pretty cool hack that we've found on this trip. And then we usually pack stuff here in the passenger side. We'll put Adelie's backpack and maybe food and stuff for the kids for the day if we're traveling. And if not, if it's a day we're camping, then we'll all go and be passengers inside the car. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and put all this stuff back in, and then next up I'll show you what's inside of the roof rack. This has mostly camping gears and kind of like our outdoor gear, swimming stuff and whatnot. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take it all out and lay it on this table. This is a look at all the things that we have. So we have the Yakima Skybox, and honestly, I've had this box for probably close to 15 years now. No, not 15 years, 13 years. But it's got a low profile, pretty efficient with driving, and yeah, it's very reliable and has been awesome. This is the way it looks on the inside. But inside of here, we keep all of our camping gear. So we have a sleeping bag. This is a sleeping pad. It's like a sleeping cot. There's another sleeping pad. This is a blow-up sleeping pad. These are some cables for our hammock. We have the Eno hammock and the cables for it. This is a kite that we flew only once on this trip, but good memories with that. We got 2 little water guns when we are able to swim or go to a pool. We got the pump for the bikes, sleeping bag. We got soccer ball for the kids. We got this gift from Conrad when we met up with them earlier on the trip. It's a swing, a vine swing. We got 2 arm floaties for the kids. And yeah, that's pretty about it. Oh, the last thing is we got this rig. What is this thing called? Not used. It's a toilet auger. As you can imagine, it's what you use to move away the junk that gets stuck inside a toilet. So thankfully we haven't had to use that yet on the trip. So yeah, this is a look at all the things that we keep inside of the roof rack. Now I'm going to leave this stuff here. I wanted to show you, well, you've seen this already, but we'll just go over this real quick. So we have the Rad wagon e-bike, and attached to the back we have 2 bike bike seats for the kids. We got an orange one and a bluish colored one, so we're able to keep the kids on the back. And then Adelie has the Rad Runner Plus, and this is all attached to the front hitch, and we have a Hollywood rack for the e-bike. So we've been able to log close to 300 miles on this trip riding the bikes, and it's just been a real fun addition to the trip. Really glad we brought these along. Next thing I wanted to show you was a look on the inside of the truck and kind of what we can hear. So now this is actually the home for the doggies. Well, not all the time, but some of the time. Inside here, hey, back guys, okay, back. Inside here, we keep some mats in the back. We've got the seats folded up, so they've got a pretty large kennel. I don't know if you can tell from this view, but this is where the dogs sleep, as long as, of course, as the temperature is fine. And to that, let me go to the other side. I'll show you that we have a thermometer in there that we're able to read it from the inside of the camper. But yeah, this tells us what the temperature is inside the truck. And then yeah, we have these little cushions here that the dogs can sleep on, and a bunch of towels and blankets. And yeah, this is where the dogs hang out if the temperature is good. And to sort of help with that, we have these window shades on here. It's got the reflection on it. The brand is WeatherTech. So this covers both the front driver's side and the passenger side. And then of course we have the main windshield where the majority of the light would come in, but this helps us to control temperatures. And since I don't have any passengers that drive in here with me, I usually keep my clothes here in this spray bag. And sometimes I'll keep some camera gear and lock it up in there, but I actually have it all emptied out now because I decided it's probably not a good place to keep it. Pens, coins, you know, Clorox wipes. Here's my walkie-talkie, baby wipes, that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's a look at the inside of the truck. And next up, I'm going to show you what we carry in the storage bins in the truck camper. So this is on the driver's side. Back here, this is where we keep this is where we keep our generator. We also have an extension cord. We have a gas canister and some spare oil for the generator. Had to do one oil change on this trip already because of how much we've used it. And this is the black tank hose. So this connects to this black tank flush and basically shoots water in here to clean out the black tank sewer. And this is the remote for the jacks, and this is a setup. They're all set up on the four corners of the truck camper, and this basically is what allows you to lift it off of the truck. But we also have it set up when we're at a campsite to be able to give us more stability so that the truck doesn't shake around as much. And then yeah, you can see more of this, like I said, on the tour, the video that I gave of the tour video that I made. But yeah, we also have a shower in here and some plugs, and yeah, that's pretty much a look in here. And then we have this other storage compartment, and I have more wipes in here, and I have this is rodent vehicle protection. So a story that I would like to tell at some point is of how we had a chipmunk that died in the engine of my truck. So ever since then, I bought this spray. It's like a peppermint oil, and that deters rodents apparently. But yeah, we had a chipmunk that went up inside the engine bay and got himself lodged in here and decided to die in there, and my truck smelled like death for about a week before I was able to get it removed at a mechanic. $800 later, chipmunk corpse was removed. We have these blocks. These are like these Lego-like blocks that you can use to level the vehicle. You put them underneath your tires to raise up, the tires when you're at a campsite. They look like this. You can put them down like that, and then you can stack them up to make them higher. The garage. So I don't know if I'm going to take everything out of here, because honestly I could just do a quick little point and explain as we go. But this is where we keep our tent. This is like a 6-person tent. We haven't gotten as much use of this as I would have liked on the trip, but we have gotten a bunch of camping days in there, Leah and I. In the back here, I don't know if you can see it, it's a little small cooler that we have. We bought it mostly for fishing in case we caught fish, but we've actually used it more for picnics. All right, this is a fishing pole holder. This is our Gazelle tent, and this gives us shade when it's hot outside or if it's raining, but also it's got screen protection in there from the bugs, which I honestly wish I had set up and I was inside now, because there are gnats circling my head and they're very, very annoying. Below here I have a little outdoor 2-burner stove that we use for cooking outside. And then these are these are called the fast guns, and this basically helps attach the truck camper from this point down here so that the truck camper doesn't fall off the truck while driving, like when you hit a bump or something. Okay, and then this milk crate has just a bunch of their miscellaneous things: trash bag, some hand soap. This is the pole. This is the attachment for Starlink. When I attach it to a pole, that'll go up on top of here. That'll basically reach up towards the sky. The reason why I don't have it installed here, Starlink that is because the trees would be blocking the satellite right now. This is the dog food that I'm currently going through. I believe earlier we showed you the bag that was unopened. That's just the extra dog food. Got TRX cables that attach here. I'm gonna work out outside. This is a level that I use when we get to a campsite, so set it up like that and just like that. You can see it's pretty leveled. I'll usually do it here, and I'll do that here. Boom, pretty level. Not exactly level, but close enough. Close enough is good for us. And then here's another one of those digital thermometers that I have that tells us the temperature, and we usually keep this one outside, but for some reason I had it inside the garage here. We got a mat down here, another mat. Oh yeah, I was going through this milk crate. Yeah, we just have like some ropes, some ratchets, dog lint rollers, and then we got these small little containers that have like some glues and straps and tape and just sort of miscellaneous fix of some Gorilla Glue in here. And then this last little bin down here has some dog stuff, some extra leashes and just dog stuff, dog medicine. So nothing too exciting. And then I mentioned it already, but Starlink. Put this away. Real important part of this lifestyle is to make sure that you keep up with things, and so you don't want to leave too many things around. So I'm trying to clean stuff up as I go through this little tour. All right, and then this compartment has our 2 propane tanks, and then there's that option to put an external hose that connects to an outdoor grill, and that's the propane stove top that I showed you inside. All right, so that's pretty much a look at the outside stuff. In just a second, we're gonna go on the inside, and we'll have Adelie actually give you a tour and kind of a look at, not really a tour, we'll have her give you a breakdown of all of the things that we have inside the truck camper. All right guys, so now we're inside the camper, and I was gonna have Adelie kind of walk through and talk through some of the items that we have packed on the inside of the camper. This is a realistic look of what the camper looks like. So this is not, it's not cleaned up to make it look like we have our stuff all clean and orderly all the time. This is the reality of it. It's pretty messy, and we have a lot of stuff, and we have to constantly shift stuff around. Anyways, Adelie, do you want to?
Yeah. So this is the kitchen area, and looks like we have some dirty dishes, but this is where we store some of our utensils and stuff. And then we have a rice cooker, we have...
Well, let's see. In here we have like plates, cups, kids' plates, some Tupperware. That sort of stuff.
Just the basics.
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of spares. It's just like one set, basically. And then we have an electric kettle. We have a rice cooker. And then we have this water jug. This is how we get drinking water. We refill this. And then a stove here. This is where we keep the knives and cutlery and stuff like that, and random stuff here. We store the rice cooker usually here, but we're about to make dinner, so I'm gonna make rice and oxtail soup. Actually, I need this to make the oxtail soup. We have a little Instant Pot, so I'm gonna make it in here. This is where we store the cleaning supplies right here. We have a few items here, so because we don't have a lot of space, we usually have to stock up, like go to the store and buy more stuff to stock up because we only have kind of one set of each thing. This is the fridge. We have a bunch of, you know, stuff in here and some.
We got a lot of like Asian cooking ingredients.
Yeah,
we have mirin, we have oyster sauce, soy sauce.
Yeah, which is important to us because we still want to be able to eat well. We have some more condiments here too, and our tea, coffee, some snacks here, and we have some right here. You can see we have some
Ziploc bags, cookies, paper towels,
and some more snacks here.
Okay, so that's basically the pantry of all of our food.
Let me take this because it is rice. And then we have a little closet here. I kind of use this as my closet space with kids, so I have some pajama stuff here. And then I have some clothes here too.
About how many weeks worth of clothes or how many sets of clothes per person do you think we have?
2 weeks.
About 2 weeks. Yep, I'd say that's about right for myself.
Surprises.
So, and like I said in the other video, we have a sort of a walkthrough of everything. But
this is our closet.
What we also do is we've put a clothes rack up there so we can hang clothes there, and also right over there. But anyways, continuing on.
We have some.
It's below the sink in the bathroom. So what do we have below there?
Oh, just like detergent, diaper wipes, shower bath stuff, and some more
shampoos
and
lotions, baby
paper.
wipes. Yeah.
And then we have some children's
medicine cabinet
here.
Children's Motrin, and thankfully, knock on wood, we haven't even had to use it really on this trip, but we do have some medicine for the kids in case we need it.
Yeah, and then
Q-tips, mouthwash,
kind of
sunscreen.
Kind of messy.
Yeah, messy, but that's what it looks like.
Living area. But this is the kids' drawer, so they have one drawer, but also they have a couple of toy sets here. Magnetiles over there, Hot Wheels over there, Legos over there. And then they have a little bit of stuff up here too, like their
and then
yeah.
another Lego set
A
there.
little bit of stuff here.
This is kind of like, art supplies are up there.
So, yeah, I think that's. Oh, we have a drawer down here, which we kind of put random stuff like cords and papers and sometimes electronics.
The truck camper manual,
Yeah.
headlamps, that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's about it. And then a new thing is got this throw rug about halfway through the trip. So this has been nice to have a carpet here instead of the hardwood floor. And yeah, we'll take you next into the bedroom. The kids are chilling in there, so we'll not bother them, but we'll take you there in a second. And that'll be a pretty quick one, to be honest, but we'll show you what we keep inside and what we packed in the bedroom. Oh, these are all of our patches that we've accumulated throughout the years, and then it's now spilt onto the top over here. And then we also have a whole bunch of magnets as well. Okay guys, so this is the bedroom, and the kids are just hanging out. They're actually watching a TV show right now because we had a long day out and it's rainy outside. So just one of those lazy TV days. I told them I was gonna do a quick recording in here to show what we've packed inside here. So of course we'll resume it in a second, buddy. Give me one quick second. So of course our pillows and our blankets, kids' blankets, and yeah, closets have what you would expect, clothes, but we do in the back store extra toilet paper, and we got some
got a new neighbor.
baby wipes. Oh yeah, we have a new neighbor. And pretty much the same on the other side, but let me take a look and see. Hey buddy, you silly boy. More clothes. The reason why it looks so empty now is we just did laundry as campsite, and we're gonna have to fold everything and put it away. And we have some diapers there, we got a yoga mat here, and a bunch of kid books for bedtime. The kiddos are being silly. Oh, Leah started the show again. So anyways, that's a look at the bedroom. All right, so Adelie, what are the favorite things that we brought along on this trip, or what are the favorite things that you brought along on this trip?
Rice cooker, Instapot.
Dang, that's what I was gonna say, honestly.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay,
Yeah.
so in addition to that, so I agree, having the Instapot is legit. We'll show you what we are having for dinner tonight. Adelaide's gonna make a bomb oxtail stew, or oxtail soup rather. Rice cooker. I guess I would add to that having the hot water kettle. We can set it to a specific temperature, and then, I mean, probably all the camera gear to capture all of the memories on this trip. And then the last thing I can think of is Starlink, because we've been able to be connected and send messages to our family in areas where we don't have connection, and in the evening times we can do some work. So I guess those would be my favorite things. Anything else?
I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, I think that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, taking a look at all of the things that we packed along on the trip. Let us know what you thought, or what you would bring if you were going to be going on a 6-month plus road trip adventure with your family. Thanks for watching.